And now, your host, Jordan Sekulow.
Hey, welcome to the Jordan Sekulow Show, folks. The stock market crashing. As I speak to you now, it's down over 300 points this morning. That's after a major drop last week. Why? Well, late Friday evening, S&P downgraded the U.S. economy from our AAA rating, credit rating, to a AA plus credit rating. Now, you may say, what's the big deal? The big deal, that lowers your standing in the finance world, which means investors from all over the world will say, okay, it's not as safe investing in the United States as it may be to invest in, get this, France, which has now a higher rating than us. And so if you go throughout the world and look at this, we now have about, I think it's the same credit rating from Standard & Poor's as China, which is very interesting in light of our very different economies. Now, the big issue here is who gets blamed. And New York Times, a writer over the weekend, Frank Bruni, who is an op-ed columnist for the New York Times, he works for them, he's a journalist for them. He wrote, talking about Rick Perry's prayer event, that prayer and faith just won't cut it right now because of the debt and all those issues. In fact, they'll just get in the way. And the attacks on conservatives are ratcheting up. Here's David Axelrod blaming the Tea Party. He's President Obama's chief political advisor, Byte 16.
The fact of the matter is that this is essentially a Tea Party downgrade. The Tea Party brought us to the brink of a default.
Yeah, you think the Democrats are on message here? Listen to Senator John Kerry, Byte 14.
It's a partial wake-up call. I believe this is, without question, the Tea Party downgrade. This is the Tea Party downgrade because a minority of people in the House of Representatives countered even the will of many Republicans in the United States Senate.
Folks, these numbers don't even match up. We know that actually Republicans supported debt ceiling plan. They voted for it. The Tea Party kind of split. But the Senate is controlled by Democrats, and there's a lot of moderate Republicans there. The White House is John Boehner's conservative, but to lump this in, it's ridiculous, right? It's all about messaging, right? Blame the Tea Party. How about the truth, folks? Blame Obama. He is the first time in U.S. history that our rating has been downgraded. I want you to understand that. President Obama, under him, it's the first time this has happened in our entire history. Didn't happen under Jimmy Carter. Didn't happen under Bill Clinton. Didn't happen under George W. Bush. It happened under President Obama. It's his downgrade, and we have to be clear about that. It will affect our stock markets. It's going to affect our economy. And folks, they're going to go on a full push. I mean, listen to Howard Dean here. This is a guy who represents the left of his own party. And listen to what he thinks about the Tea Party here, Byte 18.
But I think this is a Tea Party problem. I think they're totally unreasonable and doctrinaire and not founded in reality. I think they've been smoking some of that tea, not just drinking it.
This is Howard Dean, the scream machine, saying that the Tea Party are the ones smoking something. By the way, it's his Democrats that control one branch of Congress and the entire executive branch. This is Obama's downgrade. It's going to have huge political ramifications. Of course, it also has economic ramifications. Now, Matt Lewis from the Daily Caller is going to be joining us actually to talk about how these issues are going to affect 2012. There's also the Iowa straw poll this weekend, a debate this Thursday. We'll be talking about with Matt Lewis from the Daily Caller when we get back. And let me just say this, as someone who went to law school in Virginia Beach, Virginia, and so many of those Navy SEALs who lost their life over the weekend in that attack on our soldiers. They're from there, and our hearts and our prayers go out to their friends and, of course, their family, their loved ones, and those they have left behind, serving our country at really the highest level of service, and a great loss, huge loss for America and for their families. When we get back, Matt Lewis from the Daily Caller will join us. As always, check us out on Facebook, facebook.com/Jordan Sekulow Show. Click that like button for us, facebook.com/Jordan Sekulow Show. We're only a few away from 1,000. And always follow me, twitter.com/Jordan Sekulow. That's twitter.com/Jordan Sekulow. We'll be right back.